Hey guys, it's Kevin with Watchhimtrade.com. Today's date is April 12th, 2015. This will be a video chart on Netflix, NFLX. Netflix has earnings coming up this week on Wednesday after hours. So stock will be in focus. You'll be seeing a lot of it in the headlines here coming up over the next few days. So we're looking at a daily chart now, but I want to move to a weekly chart because to me the daily chart doesn't show a whole lot. It's been a sloppy couple months, and last 12 months really. You had a big move off of 480 down to 300 just about, then you had a big time recovery off of there back up to 480. So I want to go to a weekly chart because to me I think it's a little bit more clear here what you have. So number one, first things first, the stock has a long-term uptrend in place that started in 2012, and she has just been a big-time winner since then. However, starting in 2014, you started a long period of consolidation in the stock, and you've been in a channel ever since where 300-ish has been the low end and 450-ish has been the top end. Some action has come above 450, but it's never been extremely consistent. What catches my eye on the weekly though is what just happened over the last few weeks. So again, you got up to 480, and again you stalled out and came down towards 400. However, this time, instead of continuing down towards 300, which has been the norm when you've come down towards 400 the last two times, so I'm going to mark this as number 1 and this as number 2. So you can see in number 1 and number 2, both times, when it came off of the highs above 450 or near 450, back towards 400, both times it broke below 400 and then kept on going down towards 300. This time it got down towards 400, what I will mark number 3, and on number 3 it ended up giving a really hard bounce back up right towards that 450. So this is potentially a very important change in pattern here, if you will, a new type of price action starting to show up. A level that failed two previous times now gave great support with a very hard bounce, and so to me that signals that, hey, Netflix might be ready to get the job done for real here in this 450 to 480 resistance range and get above 500 bucks and start another major momentum move like we saw through much of 2013. Because remember, as much as the stock has, rallied here or there over the last year and a half, it's actually completely flat since the middle part of 2014, March 2014. So more or less over the last 13 months, Netflix is completely flat and has just really not had much net change on a year-over-year basis. So if you can start to get some of that net change, start to get stability above 450 and not going back down towards 400 and below it, then maybe, to me, I think she wants to get above 500 bucks. Earnings reaction is going to go a long way in determining what happens with that, but to me this is a key low now moving forward from a momentum perspective, because this represents a higher low on a long-term basis, and as long as you're above that, then I believe 500 bucks is in the cards, maybe even house of cards. Okay, that's a bad joke. But anyways, below 400 bucks, and the pattern then would show back up for a downside towards 350 to 300, the lows of the last couple of years. Lastly, I just want to point out this weekly chart. You could also make the case for a kind of sloppy inverse head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder came in July 2014, the head came in October 2014, and the right shoulder just possibly got put in, with the neckline being at the all-time high around 480 bucks. So Netflix earnings again Wednesday after hours, she'll be in focus, but this big reversal off of 400, that could be very meaningful here moving forward.